did that because Marion said, write my name. So I wrote my name. Two very short ones. My mother's house. It never happened in my mother's house. She wouldn't allow it, not even for a mouse. All the rooms were tidy and everything was in its own place. Every child was shining and had a nice clean face. All the meals were on time and there was plenty there to eat. Feeding 15 people was truly no easy feat. And all the beds were single ones, made up as we all rose. For breakfast we sat each side of the table in two neat and tidy rows. No morsel of food ever hit her clean and shining floor. No hinge ever creaked in her house from any kind of door. The fire was always lit, and in winter it kept us warm. No draught from an open window which could be of any harm. The cupboard was full and we never went without. The sun was always shining whenever we went out. None of us got ill and we never knew any pain. All our summers were fun and we never saw the rain. Our clothes were always washed and ironed, laid on our bed. Each of us had two fluffy pillows underneath our head. Christmas we had presents and a huge pine needle tree. So much so that we gave the poor some gifts of ours for free. Our light shone so bright it lit the nighttime sky. Some pilots got confused by it, but soon learned to pass it by. There were flowers in the garden and apple trees out the back. My mother's house had everything, nothing did we lack. Life was always cosy, we neither had a worry nor a care. We never had to look for things, for they were always there. No rodent ever came to live unless he had her permission. Outside in the garden they would wait, quietly, for her decision. But it was her house, and she had the final say. Everything was cool for her. It was her house, her rules, her way. She kept us all together, all through the good times and the bad. And mostly we were poor, but we were grateful for what we had. As kids, we all would ask her, "Where do you live, dear mother?" Above would be the story, the truth was something other. I'm just going to read this because Sheila Fitzpatrick, I've been threatening her for the last 2 years. I'm going to choke her to death. But every time she has a problem, I get cut, stabbed, beaten, fallen upon, everything. So every time she has a problem, I get hurt. So I wrote this. I thank that man, her husband Seamus. We went to school together as most kids often do. We've known each other for years, and then eventually we grew. Through teenage years we drifted in and out. We didn't know what life was all about, but we muddled through it because it was all we had. In hard times and good ones, of friends we were glad. As in most childhood friendships, we parted for years. It was natural progression, no fighting, no tears. For years we would meet and hardly, if ever, talk. Yet we knew each other before we could ever walk. We were never that close that anyone could tell, but we tried to live wishing everyone well. Both go-getters, what we wanted we strived to get. In doing so, stressed, we tried not to fret. Oh, it used to be all the girls hung out by the green, and us lads down the road would watch. Watching could be seen. And as for friendships go, it was neither great nor was it bad. I chased some girl, but she had her eye fixed firmly on one lad. And as time went by and we played out her life, her future was sealed. Her lad would make her his wife. Married they were and remain so to this day. The only man for her, and hers he will stay. Years went by, and with family now reared, I turned to poetry, and we met again. It seemed weird. We're friends again and get along really well. Really great. Stories of family and kids and her lad, now her life mate. It's poetry, I said, and you have to be dead to be famous. Sure, who cares, she replied. I still have my Seamus. When called to the mic, her poetry to recite, my thanks go to Seamus with all of my might. We share the same name, O'Donnell, him husband, me friend. She's turned into a fun lunatic to whom I often lend a hand. But thank God we never got close, it has to be said. For if we had been married, then one of us would surely be dead. So thanks, Seamus, for keeping your life so intact. There's not many that can keep up with you, Sheila, and that's a fact. But don't ever change what you do day to day. A world without you in it would be a darker place to stay. And when you call, it's always fun, and truly it is unreal. Even if I was stabbed by your car while fixing your wheel. Thank you.